See, you know why people love our webcast? Because anytime they join us, we're already just talking to somebody else, having our own conversations.
Super organized.
Yeah, I was kind of sleeping. Jeff was like, "Hey, we're on." Oh, hi. Did you know?
Hey, David.
We're on. Did you know?
Hi.
Oh.
David Wagner tried to just eat our camera.
It was like a quick Shark Week.
Eat our camera.
Actually, I'll be right back. First.
He was almost on.
All right.
Almost.
No, he's not. Hey, we've got a fun show today.
What do we got?
We've got lots of interesting stuff.
Okay.
And we're going to have a special guest that we're going to bring in. And
Really?
I won't ruin the surprise, but it'll be pretty quickly here.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll just get right into it.
Okay.
Getting right into our national days.
What do we have?
The first one is pretty interesting. National Sneak Some Zucchini Into Your Neighbor's Porch Day. Now, I can see this going terribly wrong.
How did that even...
Where did it start?
That's incredible.
What happened? How did we get here?
How much of that is innuendo?
Yeah, kind of weird. The whole thing. National Sneak Some Zucchini.
That I've got to be honest, that all
Neighbor's
sounds
porch.
like British slang, like Cockney slang for...
It's kind of weird.
Hey, mate.
Mm-hmm. Kind of weird. Yeah, so yeah,
okay,
if anybody has
National
any insight into that.
Sneak some zucchini into your neighbor's porch day.
Yeah.
What?
We're not
I
even going to
miss?
let David talk about this one.
Yes.
We know what he's going to say.
Yes. I'm here now.
It's
All right.
National Sneak Some Zucchini Into Your Neighbor's Porch Day.
Why? Why would you even want to do that? I mean,
Why would you want to sneak zucchini in there?
Can I just
I'll
ask
say
for-
this. I would rather sneak zucchini to my neighbor's porch than sit on an hour-long conference call that I just got off of. For...
What'd you
I
guys
thought you were going to say an hour-long webcast. With,
No, I don't mind the webcast. That's fine. It's the hour-long conference call
good.
that kills
We
me
have
here. So.
we have a special guest today too.
Do we really? Who's going to come on?
We do.
Anyone?
I haven't.
Oh, is
I
it a
haven't
surprise?
It is. It's a surprise, and we're actually about to bring this guest on.
I'm 18 coffees in now.
Are you?
So,
I'm
yeah,
4.
that's why I'm
so
kind of like.
we're doing good. Like, do I have a Twitch?
Nope, not at all. Normal with
Okay,
me.
here, let's just bring her on. Come on,
Special
it's
guest.
time for you.
Carrie's joining us.
Yeah,
Here,
you
why
can
don't
come
I-
over here.
Carrie
Here,
Bills.
come over
Yeah.
these. Come over
Do
these.
some,
We'll share a mic. You can share my mic here.
All right.
You can.
Don't. You can spit on him while you're
Yeah.
talking.
Okay.
So.
So this is Carrie Bills, and I brought her on today because it's National CBD Day.
Oh,
Hey.
yes.
And Carrie knows a lot about CBD, so I wanted to ask her, what's the rave with this right now? What's the big deal? Because I hear so many great things about it, like, oh, it can help joint pain, it can help sleeping, it can help all these things.
Can it help you get off conference calls early?
That would be nice if it could. So yeah, what's
I'll
the deal?
buy right now.
What's the deal?
So the rage about CBD is that basically it's something that's been around for years, but a lot of new research, and it comes from the hemp plant. So it's cannabinoid oil.
Which is big because we were just talking about hemp being a crop that farmers may be planting soon over cotton.
Right, like laws have just changed in Texas.
And, you know, it's
Yeah.
crazy, too, because I was at a Texas Farm Bureau thing a little over a year ago, and they were there talking about the hemp crops then. Like a year and a half ago. I think it was almost 2 years ago now. And I couldn't believe that the farmers were discussing it as a crop itself, but they had already seen the writing on the wall before this explosion this year of everybody looking into hemp and CBD and everything else.
Right. So what does the people buy it the most for, I guess?
Well, basically, to start from the beginning, we all have a system. You know, you have your lymphatic system, your endocrine system. So people are just now learning that we have this endocannabinoid system. And what that means is there's trillions of receptors in your body, CB1 and CB2 receptors that CBD oil targets, and those receptors are associated with your central nervous system, and some of them are peripheral and in your organs and such. But that's why CBD helps with both psychosocial issues such as depression, anxiety, and the physical issues such as joint pain, inflammation,
Wow.
Things
Because
like that.
I was
So-
actually looking at trying it because I have psoriatic arthritis, so joint
Jeff
pain is
found this little thing.
Yeah, so
about
this is
the-
what she
the
was just talking
system
about.
as well.
yeah. So that's kind
So
of cool.
basically, it's creating a homeostasis in your body, so an internal
Nice.
balance, targeting those receptors.
And you can get it in different forms, right? So you can get an oil.
Mm-hmm.
Do you drink the oil, or do you put the oil on your skin? How does it work?
You take the oil under your tongue, also called sublingual,
Mm-hmm.
and you just hold it there for 20 seconds or so, and then
Will it make you bilingual when you take it?
I'll take it.
So I
Sublingual, bilingual.
before the law passed making it legal for farmers to grow hemp, I know that there were different shops around town that sold CBD oil. My girlfriend has chronic pain, and so I thought I'd just pick.
Is she
some up.
talking about you?
Yeah.
She lived with
With
you.
the chronic
Literally,
pain?
it's
Is that
me.
you, Jeff, or
So
okay.
taking the CBD oil has not gotten rid of me at all.
You're
the
still
chronic
around.
pain.
You're
It's
still
not a
around.
Jeff remover.
Yep. No.
But so I guess what has this changed as far as selling things like CBD oil? Is there a difference in from what I gather, like some shops sell, there's no regulation as far as what it is they're selling, so you don't really know.
Well, and that's the thing. CBD is not FDA approved or
Right.
regulated. So there are governing bodies such as the U.S. Hemp Authority, and the company that I work with and use is one of the first companies that got certified by the U.S. Hemp Authority.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So
Cool.
not all CBD is created equal. What that means is there's a lot of products out there, and there's a lot of Me Too companies popping up.
Right.
So you don't know when you buy on Amazon. And sometimes in these little corner shops, you don't know what products are in there. And so you want a company that uses just very pure products.
Okay.
CBD needs a transporter oil.
Okay.
So the company that I use is only CBD hemp oil, comes from the same plant, so
That
that
makes sense.
seems natural and makes sense. And then just a added flavor. So it's 3 natural ingredients. There's no extra
Tiger's blood.
Yeah, there's no there's no extra additives such as coconut oil or palm kernel oil. I mean, I've turned over some of these bottles, and the list is endless.
Right.
And the more ingredients, that means the more preservatives. So
Right.
So, I
Right,
mean,
so
is
it's
that,
kinda
is that
that
one of those
way-
things where one of those companies is just jumping on the money train?
Yes,
Those other
absolutely.
ones, they see that it's out there and that people are making money that are using it the right way or distributing it the right way with the right things. But then these other companies are like, we can go a shortcut here and still make that money plus some.
Right, and
Right.
that's kind of a good life lesson in general. Is the more ingredients in a product, you probably want to stay away from those, and you
Right.
want to stick with
Right.
the few ingredients because it's the more natural product.
well, and
So
a
I have
lot
to
of
give up the
people-
macaroni and cheese I love?
No, I love
Okay.
I mean, if the first ingredient is arsenic, you probably want as many like filler ingredients.
Bring it
around
on. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
take
you know,
straight
it's
off.
Depends
big-
on your what you're using the
The arsenic
particular
for.
thing
Yeah,
for.
I don't want my
so-
arsenic diluted. Okay.
If you're trying to build up your strength.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
Can you get some
something
old
that
lace
people
with that,
don't
too?
keep in mind either is the process in which CBD is extracted from the plant. And so a lot of companies may use, bad processes such as gases like butane or propane.
Okay.
And the company I'm with uses CO2, so it's a very clean extraction.
Oh,
They
so it's not-
flash
I hadn't even
freeze.
thought
it's
about
not
that.
inhumane to the hemp plant.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't want to be cruel to the plant.
And they flash freeze it, so there's no chance of mold
Okay.
getting in your CBD oil either.
Nice.
But,
Man, so much that I
um,
never even thought about.
Well, and so going back
Didn't
to
know
the
that.
farmers, here's another thing.
Flash
that
freeze. I thought that's when you polar bears swim.
Oh.
Jumped in the pool when it's too cold.
This
Not
guy.
in Texas.
This-
Not in Texas.
Told you I had a lot of coffee this morning. I'm just saying.
He's raring to
But
go.
the hemp plant is bioaccumulative. So
Okay.
that means that even where it's grown,
We can't use that kind of language on here.
if you grow it in an area that there's, high mineral content or pesticides, things like that, that's already in the ground, then it's not something that you want to consume.
Right.
But yet,
So that
great
makes-
for the fibers and the,
Right.
the products
So
that,
that-
are going to be made other than
That's
a
sort of similar
consumable
to
product.
something like salmon, where if a salmon is going
It's
through,
fishy?
like if they get a lot of mercury,
Right.
Yeah.
and you eat something that eats salmon a lot,
Like bears.
right?
Bears do the same.
you get a higher chance of intaking all of those bad things.
Correct. Yeah. So there you go.
I'm only on half of the screen. You didn't tell me that.
You got to get closer
here,
to Cody, which I'm sorry about.
Yeah.
We'll say.
I don't smell today that bad.
He showered.
Yeah. So National CBD Day. If you're looking for help in any of those areas, go check it out.
Yeah.
Get you some CBD. Tell me
Know
if it
your
works.
Product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know your
Know your
product.
product.
Yeah, do
Definitely
your
know what
research.
you're
I mean,
doing.
I think
smart.
you should do that with anything.
You know,
do.
over the
Yeah.
next couple of
your
years,
research.
there are going to be a lot of changes as far as hemp growing, as far as what farmers in our area are doing.
Yeah,
probably.
it's all going to be changing soon.
Yeah.
I've actually
Yeah, a
been
lot.
to national CBD conferences and have done a lot of work or research on this.
Okay.
But it's not just for people with chronic pain though either. I mean, it helps. I started taking it thinking I had nothing wrong, but it helps. I have nothing wrong, so don't comment.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Don't comment.
I'll just keep my mouth
But
shut.
it helps with stress. It helps with sleep.
Right.
Just little things. So
Right. I've heard
the
that
mid
some people
40s
with
aches and pains.
anxiety and stuff like that.
What about his mid 60s?
I was going to say
aches
the
and
mid
pains?
60s, David.
I don't know what you're talking
very,
about.
very successfully did not look like a grumpy old man just then.
I know. He moved his neck really well. We've been working on it.
Maybe I've been taking some
Like-
CBD oil and I have no chronic pain. You know?
Yes.
The microphone was far enough away that you couldn't hear the click.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Carrie, thanks for coming on and explaining
for
to
having
us.
me.
Thank you. Yeah,
What
thank
it
you. That
is.
was.
Half on, half off.
Yeah,
But-
thanks for coming half on and half off.
We've got a really
Okay, have
sophisticated
fun.
camera
All right,
system,
thank
so
y'all.
Yeah, we'll see ya.
Limbo, under the wire.
Yeah.
Thank you. And under the camera.
Yeah. So, what's our next here? What are we at?
oh,
National Happiness Happens Day.
so there are two here that are completely nonsensical.
Look, I think it's completely sensible to sneak some zucchini on your neighbor's porch day.
And one follows the other, probably.
Yeah. Happiness happens.
After you
That's
do
how it
that.
happens because you get free zucchini on your porch.
Or you've gotten.
Or you
Obviously,
get to laugh.
You do that when you have to offload some zucchini. It's just like, man, all this zucchini.
Lee, how did I get this
Too much
surplus of zucchini?
in my house. Oh, those darn neighbors.
Just imagine someone like, zucchini everywhere.
Oh, my God. What else here?
That's how VeggieTales got started.
National Dollar Day. Oh, so it's National What I Earn a Day Day.
Nice.
You got a raise?
Yeah, I did.
I started to say that's
Up from
impressive.
85
Golly.
cents.
National Dollar Day.
That's what we pay you for this webcast.
Yeah,
$1.
buddy, which is way too much.
It is.
For this. Way too much. What else?
Sophisticated operation here.
National Frozen Custard Day.
I like frozen custard.
Love frozen custard.
I don't
delicious.
remember the last time I had it. I know there's a frozen.
And you
I know
called
there's
me
a
old.
frozen custard place nearby, right?
They used to have a couple of
Sherwood?
frozen custard places in town.
Steak,
I don't know
steak
if they
burgers
still
and
do.
frozen custards.
Oh, well, at Freddy's, yeah.
I did.
Yeah, that place, they do
Yeah.
a frozen custard there.
Okay.
Where? I missed it. I was
Freddy's.
being distracted.
Freddy's Steak Burgers. has
Oh,
custard.
yeah. Freddy's does have really good custard.
It's good stuff.
It's so
And you can get
thick and creamy. Ah, I love a good
You
custard.
can get it with all kinds of stuff in it.
I think they're called concretes there. I think that's what their products are called, or concretes. I don't know
That
why.
sounds tasty.
I'd have to look it up. Yeah.
I love
But,
eating concrete.
Sounds good.
Cringy. Yeah. So there you go. We had some fun
did.
national
We did.
days today.
I'm not going to be able to. I got to look that up real fast. National.
Sneak some zucchini.
All right.
into your neighbor's
I think my
porch
favorite
day.
thing is probably
Nationals.
going back looking through Jeff Caldwell's Google history.
Yeah.
We
What you
make him
Googled during
make him
this
search some
program.
interesting stuff.
I'm like, wow.
How? Okay.
Simply wait until the dead of night and quietly creep up
just-
to your
I'm just gonna-
neighborhood's front door, leaving plenty of
Here it is.
zucchini
I'm
for
gonna-
them
I'm
to
gonna
Here it
do
enjoy.
is. Pull it up.
All
Here
right.
it is.
So, Zucchini Fertility Spawns Annual Holiday.
Pennsylvania,
The Old Farmer's Almanac.
Tom Roy.
So that's what
Okay.
this is about. Again, too much zucchini.
Every gardener who's grown zucchini knows that this time of year vines go crazy, producing hundreds of tiny squash. They quickly grow to gargantuan size if not picked. That's why Pennsylvanian Tom Roy designated August 8th as National Sneak Some Zucchini on Your Neighbor's Porch Day.
I think we should ask
So-
Margie Jackson if that's
Yeah,
true.
we
because-
should.
All right, so there you go. We've got...
Wait,
so-
don't leave.
Don't leave.
Free Beginner's Garden Guide.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to...
everybody's
we're
bummed.
leaving.
You're not getting the free
You're not getting
Beginner's
the guide.
They thought that there was a freebie on the webcast
So,
today.
as
Yeah, they
David
did.
was saying, to celebrate it, You simply wait until the dead of night and quietly creep up on your neighbor's creep up to your neighbor's front doors,
So
leaving plenty
do
of
you
zucchini.
have to? Because they say creep up. Do you have to actually do
Yes.
the
Sneakily.
creepy walk while you're
Sneakily.
doing it
It's
with
like
zucchini?
I mean, it's a sneaking
So-
kind of thing. So
Yeah.
we have a garden in the backyard, and we do have a zucchini plant.
Is it a legal garden?
It's totally
Okay,
legal.
just talking about
He's-
CBD and
you're
stuff.
prepped.
Just checking.
We're not prepped. The zucchini is not growing, so we don't have enough. I don't think we have enough pollinators in our garden.
You need to get some more.
Zucchinis and squash and stuff like that have 2 flowers, 2 types, male and female,
Right.
and
You need bees.
we need bees.
Yep.
Otherwise, you have to hand pollinate with like a
Yeah.
tiny little paintbrush.
That's not fun.
And if you don't get them, you don't get the zucchini.
Yep. You need bees.
Yeah.
Go buy you some bees.
Although, here's the deal. If they're talking about August 8th in Pennsylvania is kind of a different temperature than August
it
8th
is.
in Texas.
Yeah.
I
August
mean,
8th
we're
in
only gonna be like
Pennsylvania.
104 today, right?
Yeah,
I
not a
think
big
so.
deal.
Only.
Pennsylvania, what are they looking at? A high of 80, maybe?
80 something.
No, they're
Yeah.
having a heat wave.
Are
Up to
they?
88 and a half.
Oh, wow.
So that was
Really
I mean,
toasty.
That was when I was growing up here, and of course we had summers just like this. I would see heat wave in New York City, 95 degrees, and I'd say, "What is wrong with those people?"
You'd be like,
But it's
"That-
not until you're in the city and it's 95 degrees,
And
that
then
you
you're like,
understand.
wow.
You've got all that concrete and everything
And,
else.
it's,
And,
And all those
wrapped
people.
up in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's just
the humidity.
Yeah.
truly horrible.
Yeah. Not fun. Hey, let's take a look at what's happened in history.
All right.
Let's do.
We're going to start out in 1981.
Is that Federer?
It is. Swiss tennis player Roger Federer, who came to be regarded as one of the sport's greatest players, was born.
Today?
August 8th.
Yep.
What
August
day?
8th,
81?
1981.
Well,
I was 11.
I wasn't born
I was 3.
yet.
I was 11.
I was 3. But, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, Roger Federer probably is, well, not probably, is one of the greatest tennis players of all time. Phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yeah, just incredible watching him. I love watching him, and I love watching Rafael Nadal.
I love watching them
well.
play each other. That was
Yeah, it's always insane
I
matches.
think their names are a lot of fun.
You ever go back and watch some of those old tennis matches of like
Oh,
Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras?
yeah, back in the day
Michael
when
Chang?
those guys were
Yeah.
the ones that were the big ones. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, it's fun watching that. I was actually just watching some of Andre Agassi's coolest moments in a lot of his matches, and I watched the one where they had put it over his head and he was running, and I mean, just without thinking, he just runs and looks behind him and puts it between his legs, you know, and hits it back over the net and wins the point with it. And it's
Yeah.
like, you know, those are just such those cool moments.
Right.
Well,
And
some of
probably
those
was
were-
because whoever was playing him was like, "What?"
Yeah, they were like,
Some of
"Wait,
those
what?"
were shots that no one had ever attempted or thought of,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and as exactly as
and
the
now,
sport
I
has
mean, you see
progressed, you
that-
see that a little more
I mean,
often.
Federer does that a lot. He'll run back, and if the ball happens to land that, he'll hit it between his legs. So.
Sure, yeah, and you'll see them a lot. Maybe they'll overstep the ball, or it takes a weird bounce, and it'll go behind them, and they'll just put the racket behind their back and put it back over the net, and it's like the awareness, and it truly
Right.
shows their skill. Yeah, it's fun
I wonder how
watching
often
that.
they practice doing that. Now,
It-
after seeing
well,
Andre
It makes
Agassi
you
do it,
wonder.
I don't
they're
know.
like,
Is it
"You know
just
what? I'm
natural
gonna just get better
talent
at that."
that allows them to adapt and do
I don't
it?
think it's probably that they practice those shots. I think that it's they get to a point. It's just like me being a basketball player all those years. At the end of basketball practice, we not play horse. So you
Right.
would try stupid shots,
Yeah.
not something that you practiced, but
You're
something
still
because
a little
you're
used to it.
Yeah, you
Right.
have the racket in your hand, so you're running around, and after practice, after you've hit your 5 millionth serve for the day,
Right.
you're like, I'm done with this. I'm
Like,
just
oh,
going to
yeah,
play.
I'm just gonna play
So
around
someone's
now.
playing around, and you may hit one behind your back. So
Right.
I think that's where it kind of comes out of
Just,
and everything else. So
Okay, I know it's Roger Federer's birthday, but what we're talking about here is
Agassi.
this
Yeah,
thing
so-
that you guys were saying.
It's just so natural. And I'll just take the point with this.
And what I love is that's
He's like,
on
there's no
Earth?
way.
that was actually
that's going in.
Is that Jim Courier? I think that's Jim Courier. Looks like him.
don't
His
remember.
red hair.
Hey,
That looks
boink.
like Courier. Courier's like, what?
He's
No.
like, wait,
Did
what?
he just do what I think he did?
And he's like, oh, I got it. It won.
That's pretty great. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Those are fun. I also, up your alley as a soccer player, I love watching the stuff soccer players do, because just in the blink of an eye, they can either be past you or to the side or wherever.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if you're not watching that ball where it's going, they can be so incredibly deceiving.
Yeah, don't be watching their feet.
Yeah, don't watch the feet.
Watch the ball, because they're going where the ball's going.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, probably 10 or 11 years old, I told my parents that I wanted to play soccer.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started playing soccer. And I didn't want to do that anymore.
There's a lot of running. A
It
lot
was
of
basically
running.
like,
So my son
all I'm
starts
doing-
soccer in September.
Really? It was,
Is he
or
going
wait.
to wear all of his costumes while he's playing? Because right now, I mean,
Hopefully.
he wears his Spider-Man, and I've seen the videos. It's
Yeah.
great. So
Hopefully, he's going to go
Thor
in,
plays soccer.
Thor with his tool belt
That's awesome.
around
Yeah.
and his boots on.
That's the best. I
it
love
was-
those.
Then he'll be set up.
So the funny thing is watching the USA women's soccer team. And her name just left me. Tobin Heath. Tobin is kind of famous for nutmegging a lot of her opponents.
Right.
Which obviously is when you put the ball between your opponent's leg and run around them.
Right.
And go through them. So that kind of thing. Well, in practice, yes. So here's this video. I think Jeff's pulling this up right now. In practice, she just nutmegs whoever, whenever they're not paying attention. She'll come up behind them. This is the greatest thing. Yeah, I'm just going to nutmeg you here. I mean, her coach is walking along here in a minute, and she'll just go up behind her and nutmeg her coach. Or, look, they're not even paying attention. But, oh, well, here, nutmeg you, run through. And so that's, for her, she's just trying to figure out different ways or looks. Where can I nutmeg? Oh, right there, nutmegged her, and she's just standing there, you know. So I was watching that video the other day, and I thought that's actually probably a good way to practice that, because no one's really paying, and she's just having fun with it. I got you, nutmegged you right there. See. I love people that have fun doing what they love, and so
Just mid-stride. It's
you
so
know,
fun.
That's always the best too. She's like, "Oh, yep," and then she crossed her up right there. She crossed her leg. She's like, "I know what you're about to do." Assistant coach, he tried to
everybody's
kick
like,
her.
man, she's
He's like,
a
"Hey,
danger.
stop that! Cut it out."
People are almost falling down. She's like, ah.
It's like a 2-year-old, you know, just messing with you or something. So
Yeah, that's cool.
That's good.
it's the best because
funny.
they're not even, they're just doing whatever, and so
Oh,
it's
man.
fun, good stuff.
Okay, so I
right.
just learned that that's called nutmegging.
Yep.
Not the kind of stuff you do at Christmas, nutmegging.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, and it's funny that, so the same term, if you didn't know this in hockey, is 5-hole.
5-hole.
Yeah, so when you're shooting on a goalie, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, the normal holes that you shoot for.
Got
and
it.
5 would be between their legs.
It's
So
like
When they're down the butterfly, that's
An
what they call
American
it.
yeah,
tail
let's
kind
say
of thing.
5-hole. Yep.
No, 5-hole goes west.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Not that one. That's a different one.
That's a mouse.
Great movie though. All right, we're gonna have
Animated
to
movie.
switch gears here a little bit.
all right.
Armed robbers.
Oh,
Oh, hey, we got top tens too.
I was gonna. Does anybody even know how to drive a stick anymore? Let's just go down
I
that
do.
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Since you said
Jeff
switch
does.
So
gears,
I do,
So-
I just bought a
but we're older.
super cheap car.
standard.
Yeah. Somebody was selling it. I told my girlfriend I want a small, basic standard because it's fun.
Right.
It's fun to drive a standard.
Yeah,
It is.
And
absolutely.
I don't need to spend all that money on gas, and I don't need all the extra stuff. It was really hard to find one.
So you got no AC.
No, it's got an AC.
Okay,
It's
sorry,
fine. But these people have been trying to sell this. It's like 2013 Ford Fiesta. It's
Right.
Not a
No.
super great car or anything, but
But
it's a
they
little
couldn't
basic
sell it
standard.
because it's a standard transmission.
Right.
So
And
no
they-
one can drive it.
I sent them the message, and they say, "Okay, yeah, you can come by to look at it, but you do understand that this is a manual
That was how they.
So when I bought my last Jeep that I bought, I went and I told him that. I said, I want a standard. I want basic blah blah. And he looked at me and he was like, why?
You don't want automatic?
Yeah. And I was like, I want a standard. And he was like, if we go standard, it's probably not going to have an AC. It's not going to have power windows or anything. And I said, it's a convertible Jeep.
It's a Jeep.
I'm okay with that. And they were blown away by the fact that I was choosing a
everybody
manual
wants- yeah.
transmission. Yeah, over an automatic transmission.
You know the only manual part of a car I'll never not want?
What's that?
Power steering.
Oh,
yeah.
Have you ever driven a car without power steering?
it's no fun.
God
Do
help.
they
that's no fun.
even make it? I can't imagine
Well,
they make
you know,
it
it was
anymore, right?
My wife's
Non-power
stepdad-in-law just passed away. So he had gifted us their Willis Jeep. It's an old Willis Jeep.
Fun.
Has
Fun.
no power steering.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you better get moving before you try and turn that
So
wheel.
as I bulk up over the next few months, you'll know that I've been driving the Willis. So
Oh, man.
we'll see.
So, yeah, changing gears, manual transmission style.
Grind it.
Into
till you find it.
1963, armed robbers stole 2.6 million, looks like euros, from the Glasgow London Royal Mail train.
Is it pounds?
North
Oh, so they're
London
train
in the
robbers.
Great Train Robbery.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Great
train
train
robbery.
robbery.
Robberies, hey?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to the Old West
That's
for
pretty
that.
cool. That's pretty
Yeah. What else do we have here? 1907, jazz musician Benny Carter was born in New York City. I like jazz. I like some old
like all
jazz.
music.
Jazz is a lot of fun. Yeah. Some of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get into it and you're like,
This one's up Jeff's alley down here. 1588, the English fleet won a decisive battle over the Spanish Armada off the coast of Gravelines in northern France.
those sons of guns.
Sons of guns. And here we go. I saved this one. Can't go yet. I saved it. 2000. The wreckage of the Hunley, a Confederate submarine that was lost during the American Civil War, was raised from the ocean floor near Sullivan's Island, South Carolina.
Neat.
It was the first submarine to sink in 1864. An enemy ship, the Union sloop Housatonic.
You watch your
It's a
language.
fun name.
sir.
Titanic.
Yeah. So
Remember the Housatonic?
That's crazy. You know, I mean, just think of how vast our oceans are, and how many shipwrecks and artifacts are in the ocean.
Yeah.
yeah,
That,
especially
that
in the
we
Bermuda
will,
Triangle.
that we will never find. Or,
Yeah.
They floated
I mean,
away.
we won't even get close to finding it.
Yeah.
It's
No.
anytime I've swam in the ocean, I've just it's similar to if you're on a cliff. Every fiber of your being is like, as long as you don't step in that direction, you're okay.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Go back to land. Don't go out
once
further.
you get to a certain point of swimming in the ocean, it's like, it's too big, dude.
You're too far. Turn around.
Turn around, don't drown.
You're
Turn
a
around, don't
tiny
drown.
little human. Don't do it.
Yeah.
There's a much larger
Yeah.
mammal of some sort out there.
Yeah. That's the other part.
So, that being said, in honor of shipwrecks
Okay.
and treasure in the ocean, it's time for top 10. What is it? Top 10 pirate/adventure movies.
Excellent.
Wow.
Pirate/adventure movies. Cody isn't every movie an adventure.
Oh man, that is a great point. But we're gonna narrow these
All right,
adventures
I've got
down
it.
to adventures on the open seas or have something to do with
Something
pirates.
to do with pirates. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
That's
Arr.
fine.
Because there are
Maybe.
some exceptions out there that
There
have
are.
to do with pirates that aren't on the open seas.
Who's
Yeah.
going to start?
My favorite. I'm waiting on it.
I know you've already got it,
What
and
is
it's
it?
probably going to be mine too. I'm just going to wait.
Okay.
I'm just going to wait. So I'll just keep mine a secret too. Let's keep mine a secret. Yeah, I knew. Of course it was. Of
I had to
course
point
it
at
was.
it. Mhm. That's it right there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
That's the one.
So since we're gonna say,
Can I just start?
Sure.
Yes, you may start
All
because
right.
we've already.
Like, I'm tired of y'all.
Yeah.
I'm over this.
All right.
Oh, and
I'm
they just
gonna
went
start.
straight to it.
With the
You
Goonies.
can't.
That's ours.
It's the number
That's our
one.
best pirate movie
It's
ever.
the all right. Top 10's
Come on.
done. There's-
We're finished.
We ended it.
We'll see y'all
I
tomorrow.
didn't even see their screen,
yeah,
but I was like, you know what?
The Goonies is the best.
As soon as
One-eyed
of
Willie.
course.
It's so funny.
One-eyed Willie. Do the
As
truffle
soon as
shuffle
they-
for us real
as
quick,
soon
Jeff.
as
Come
they
on.
Start. I'm not big enough.
Yeah. So there's Josh Brolin.
Which is crazy
One
to
of
think
his
about.
best roles
that
ever.
Josh Brolin was that guy
Yeah.
in the Goonies.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to think this movie is so much fun.
And yeah, I mean the cast alone when they're so young, Corey Feldman and Sean Astin,
You keep shooting at Data, and Data don't like.
which is going to be a tie into my next one since I was going to go backwards with that tie, but now we'll go the
Now
other
you're
way.
gonna have to go the other
now I'm
direction.
going to have to go
I
forward.
can never guess what movie you're coming.
Yeah, I'm sure you can't.
so
but yeah, so the
anybody who hasn't
Goonies.
seen the Goonies,
The Goonies is a great pirate
Are there
movie.
people out there that haven't seen the Goonies?
sure.
There have to be, right?
There are
It's
people who
just
haven't
weird.
seen The Princess Bride, speaking of pirates.
Damn it.
And
Yeah,
that would be my
that's-
next one. So,
Is that where we're going?
All right, going right into the Princess Bride.
I was going to go into Princess Bride later. But
Rodents of
course.
unusual size.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy top 10 in my opinion. I think most of ours on our list would make most other people's
Are you
on
the
the
Dread
list.
Pirate Roberts?
Oh, I wish. That would be fun. So, the Princess Bride. Do you have a favorite part from the Princess Bride?
There's
Or
how
they're
can you, how
just
can you
too
narrow
many?
it
there are so
down
many
to
parts.
one?
There are so many parts.
I mean, even this part with the book reading with Fred Savage. I mean, that was a great part.
Yeah.
Of the movie.
It's every part
Which,
of this movie is fantastic.
here's kind of a
Wait
weird
a second.
off-the-wall
Is this a
connection.
love story?
the music hasn't aged all that well. That's
So-
the only thing I'll say about it.
Yeah. I mean,
Kind of an odd connection for you here, but check this out.
All right.
So that scene with him reading the book was made fun of in Deadpool.
yes, it was.
Remember?
Yeah.
With Ryan Reynolds
Right.
when they did it with him, older,
Right.
Fred
right?
Savage, yeah.
So Ryan Reynolds had a sit-down with Josh Brolin that you can watch on the internet where they insult each other. And Ryan Reynolds makes fun of Josh Brolin being in Goonies. So there you go.
Does he
There's
go
fun
back with him
connection
for
between all of it.
The Princess Bride?
I don't remember if he talks about Princess
I'll
Bride.
say this, my wife, her favorite thing, because she does this to me all the time. Fawn boy, fetch me that picture. I'm
So
like,
there's a really funny part of this movie with Inigo Montoya that I had never picked up until I got
name
to
is
speak
Inigo
to like, my
Montoya.
Spanish relatives. But when he's drunk in the village and the goon squad
right.
says, "Ho there," and he says, "You can keep your joder." So in Spain, joder is a pretty specific curse word.
Nice. Fun.
Yeah.
Fun,
Did not know that.
fun. There you go.
I saw rodents of unusual size right
What
there.
just a brilliant movie.
Huh?
All
Yeah,
of it.
there's an albino in this movie, too.
Yes, there is.
It-
Is he coming up? Oh, they're trying to get to the clip, but it's not going to happen. Such a great movie.
Have
so
fun
fun.
storming the
So much
castle.
fun.
I love
Billy
this is one
Crystal.
of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
Shut up, you witch.
My brother bought me.
Show me
wait.
wife. There's Billy Crystal.
My brother bought me a shirt that says "Have fun storming the castle."
Yeah, that shirt's
Yeah.
that shirt's worth every penny.
Andre
Yeah,
the
it
Giant
is.
in that movie?
Andre the
Yeah.
Giant.
Yeah.
I thought this trailer
Who
was
is
done.
huge.
Oh,
When you just
yeah.
see his hand,
yeah,
it's
he's
like,
massive.
wow,
Yeah.
that man.
No, that's good. Great.
He's
great.
huge.
So we're basically
Great
just
pirate
stealing
movie. Okay.
stealing off of each other's top 10
Yeah.
because we all have pretty much the same list, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So I'll say adventure movie wise, my link to this was from Data in
Yeah.
Goonies,
Right.
Indiana Jones, who played Short Round,
Yeah.
right? As his little
And
sidekick.
This is,
I mean,
are you gonna be
any of
specific?
them
Any
except
of the Indiana
Jeff
Jones movies.
is not going to go with Kingdom
you
of the
saying-
Crystal Skull
Yeah.
Right.
because he said
so
it was
it's
not
not like it.
worthy of
So
a movie.
clearly the very best Indiana Jones movie is Raiders of the Lost Ark. But
Oh, by far. I
Sure,
mean, even
so,
the
yeah.
sequels are okay.
Last Crusade
but-
and Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom is still pretty good. But
I
since
love
the
Temple of
connection
Doom
is-
when
is
they
the kid
eat
who
all the
plays Data.
food.
The
The
monkey
weird
brains?
food, yeah.
Yeah, the snakes and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raiders of the Lost Ark was probably by far the best for me.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
movie.
that was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, it was
basically.
great.
I'm just gonna play this scene with the golden idol because hey,
Oh, yeah.
it's
the
super.
best.
It's super
And
iconic.
it's the opening scene. I mean, it's the opening scene of the movie.
Yeah, almost. When I just so when I was a kid, even as an adult, I do just every once in a while watch this movie. But I liked this way better than Star Wars, better than all that stuff. Just this is pretty much like the defining movie of my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's every kid's dream to go out and, or I should say every kid. It's most young boys' dream is to go out and adventure and
Yeah.
find the treasure and get through the
Right,
obstacles. And this movie like literally encompasses all of that.
All of it,
It's
all of it.
100%
Movies have tried to be as good as this.
right.
And-
what you would want to
And
to
Harrison
do.
Ford was perfect for this role.
You know, it almost went to Tom Selleck.
Yeah, I'd heard that.
Yeah,
And
but I just can't
I
see
looked
it.
at that and I'm
Wild.
like, oh, if Tom Selleck would have done that,
I
would have
cannot
done it.
see
Would have
Magnum
totally been a
PI
totally different movie.
No.
Yeah.
doing it.
Not
Yeah,
Not
not
even
at all.
Although,
So
if you quickly search for an image of Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers and look at the picture of Chip and Dale
it's Magnum PI.
and Indiana Jones.
It is. Yeah, it absolutely is. 100%. Yeah, the red Hawaiian shirt and
And-
the
and
Indiana
the
Jones
bomber jacket with
outfit.
the
Yeah.
fedora.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Wow.
So there was a documentary that I watched about some guys who remade Raiders of the Lost Ark shot for shot. Literally, the entire movie is shot for shot remade, and it's really interesting because it was just a passion project for them, you know, when they were little. Right? Yeah, to see if they could recreate this movie, and it's kind of interesting to see, obviously, how hard it really is to make a movie, hard to make movies. Right, and do what they were doing.
It takes a lot of money.
Yeah, but it was a really good documentary to watch, and I think it was called Raiders with an exclamation mark. I'm pretty sure.
A lot of fun. I love this part.
Yeah. Throw me the idol.
No time to argue.
Yeah, and how you can make a whip be so iconic, right? How many times have you tried to whip something with a rope or whatever and swing?
Here's how iconic the whip was. When I was in Taekwondo class in 6th grade, 5th and 6th grade, I was sparring with a kid who was like 2 belts above me.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
And my belt fell off. I was losing. My belt fell off.
So you whipped somebody with it?
My instructor said, "You know you can use that, right?" And I was like,
"What?"
I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
So you pulled an Indiana Jones?
So I wrap it around my hand, and he starts coming towards me, and I go, "Pow!" And it hits him right in the face. And then he beat the ever-loving crap out of me.
Hold on. Your instructor told you can use your belt as a weapon?
And after I did it, he was like, wow, that's not what I meant.
What did he mean by that? Because that's exactly what I would have thought.
If they like strike at you, you could wrap their hand and
block hold them, yeah.
But what? No. I'm going to whip somebody with my belt.
I did. I whipped him right in the face and lost.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a bad idea.
Basically, 11-year-old me was not Indiana Jones.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
What's great about this first 5 minutes of the movie is it sets every single thing up.
Mm-hmm.
You know everything you need to know about the character and his adversary.
Mm-hmm.
What he's all about. But specifically, Belloc.
Yeah, so... Another cool thing about this whole franchise and Harrison Ford's career moving forward is, if you've ever noticed, Harrison Ford has a scar.
Right on his chin.
Right on his chin that they allude to in one of the movies.
That's right.
That he popped himself with a whip and got a scar, and he did.
He cut himself open, huh?
Yeah, he did. He popped himself with the whip when he was training with it. And scarred his chin, I'm pretty sure.
I had a friend in New York who... That's a story I'll have to tell at some point. It's a long enough story that I don't need to tell it right now.
It's another webcast.
Yeah.
A whole other day.
Somebody hit him with an umbrella, one of the long ones with the metal tip,
and
it scarred him right on his chin.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he was moping about it. He was like, oh, he ruined my face. And I was like, are you kidding?
One of the most popular faces ever has that scar.
Yeah, I was like, you got an Indiana Jones scar.
Oh, man.
But not everybody recognizes it as an Indiana Jones scar.
They're just like, ugh, look at that mutilated face.
Okay, so I'm gonna move us along.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'm gonna go, and y'all probably gonna moan a little bit.
Of course we will.
But
your choices are
stupid. I love
stupid.
Pirates of the Caribbean, the original.
That was gonna be one of mine.
Because Johnny Depp was phenomenal as Captain Jack Sparrow in the original movie.
Are you kidding me?
And then after that, the sequels, I was kind of like, come on.
Yeah, again, another movie that the first 5 minutes of the movie just sets the tone for the rest of the franchise.
Yeah, very, very well done.
Okay, as he looks so majestic coming in off the sea to the port, and then you realize his boat is sinking,
and he just steps off on the dock.
So good. I love it.
That's what's really wonderful about the way they present his character. It's just like, he...
Is that what kind of subtitles is this?
Dutch?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's, I don't know.
Shilling.
But he relies just as much on luck as he does on skill.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find here real quick. Yes, that is who it was. So Johnny Depp's inspiration for this character was Keith Richards.
Oh yeah, which he plays his dad, right? In the
he ends up being in it, but it's just so crazy if you know that, and then you go back and you watch the Pirates movies and you watch him and you're like, wow, that's Keith Richards
like
being
he's-
channeled through that character.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He did a really, really good job.
It's
He's a pretty phenomenal actor.
Yeah,
John
he
Rogers.
absolutely
those are
is.
super fun movies.
Yeah. And like you said, the first one for me was the best.
I just love watching it with these subtitles
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
I want to watch it all over again.
It's a little strange
with
with the
the
subtitles.
subtitle.
But you know what I did really enjoy in the third one, which I wasn't even going to go see, but I went and saw it in the theater with somebody who just, hey, you want to go see this? And I was like, okay.
I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, why not?
And then
Sure.
they have that whole surreal introductory part where he's just like wandering around in the, was it the
Oh.
third one or the fourth one? Where he
Yeah.
starts out dead.
Yeah, and he's in the lost world or whatever, the upside
Yeah,
down.
and
Mhm.
there's like the crabs taking the shit.
Yeah.
It's like a
I
super
don't remember if that's
weird
third or fourth.
introduction to the movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
but
was
yeah.
like, wow, this is something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, all of those
Lots of fun.
All of those are great. All right, Jeff, he skipped you, so you can go.
Oh, sorry.
Wow, I might actually have to look up adventure movies.
Okay,
you know what? Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, I'll skip you again, and I'll go because there's another fun tie right here. It's not a pirate movie, but
Okay.
adventure movies. Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And I'll say that because Orlando Bloom was in Pirates of the
I
Caribbean.
see. Was.
So you're
Orlando
talking.
Bloom.
He's doing like 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah.
So Orlando Bloom was also in Lord of the Rings, which, as far as a magical adventure movie, or people going on a quest and doing this,
It is
it's-
pretty much.
So old guys in the room, you two, raise your hand if you had to read The Hobbit in school.
You know what?
yeah,
I
I
did
did.
not have to read the Hobbit.
I
We
did.
did not. I did not, even though
Nope.
it should have been probably at that time. But I know a lot of people who did, and we were always like, "The Hobbit, that sounds stupid."
Like,
I mean, and we
why
kind
are
of
we
like
reading
read
The
through it, and they're like, "That's a
Hobbit?"
dumb thing."
Right.
But I own all 3 of these. I own
Yeah.
the trilogy. 'Cause
Yeah.
When I saw the movie and I saw it come to life that way, for me,
It's really cool.
I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm just gonna go straight to the Balrog scene.
Yeah, so Peter
None shall
Jackson
pass.
made these movies. Peter Jackson also created Weta, his digital
Yeah.
creations.
Oh,
For the time when they made these movies, it again was just phenomenal filmmaking
Well-
and what they accomplished.
And
Can't
he
believe it's been almost 20 years.
he filmed all 3 of these at once.
Yes,
As
that's
opposed
what was
to
so
like
cool.
the Harry Potter series where they ended up losing the actor that played Dumbledore.
Yeah.
So by the
Right.
I think by the 3rd movie it was a different actor that was playing Dumbledore.
Yeah.
And I really liked the original actor in
Yeah.
the Harry Potter series for that character, but that was what was great about this, with him taking the time to film all 3 of these at the same time. No one really changed in age or any of that kind of stuff. They were
Right.
all the same actors for the whole series, and it worked out really well. I even thought about, the wizard in Lord of the Rings as a replacement for Dumbledore.
Gandalf?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gandalf. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Gandalf as a replacement for the man that passed away that was
Mm-hmm.
the original Dumbledore in Harry Potter. So, because I thought he could pull that off.
Yeah. So I think it's Hugo Weaving. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure.
Hugo Weaving plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Lord of the Rings, and he's also in The Matrix as Agent Smith. It just how I was just thinking of how crazy it is to be in 2 of the biggest
Yeah,
trilogies
trilogy
of
franchises
all
ever.
time. Yeah, and you're such a predominant character in both of those.
But I think my favorite character in Lord of the Rings obviously is Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah,
He does such a
Oh,
great job.
Yeah, absolutely. And the shot of when they think he's dead or thought he was dead,
Uh-huh.
and he comes just opening the doors and walking in, and it's like, yeah, he's back. Yeah, I loved
That's a
loved all
bad-
these. But here's my beef,
That's a bad man right there.
and you knew it was coming. Jeff knew it was coming.
What is it?
Here's my argument
His
with
cow.
Lord of the Rings.
He said his beef.
At the end of Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, we see these giant eagles that come in to help in the fight.
Yes.
And
This
it's
is
like
most people's beef with this movie.
it's like, yes, look at these eagles. They're so cool. They're coming to help the good guys win the battle. And they do. They're just wrecking the bad guys everywhere, right?
Yep.
Right.
But then you stop and think, and you're like,
Hold on a second.
wait a second. If those eagles were around, why didn't they just get the ring and then hop on one of those eagles and fly it over the mountain and just chuck it in?
Be done with it.
Done.
Yeah.
Done. The whole thing. I don't need to walk for 3
Yeah.
movies.
Call Tolkien and ask him.
I'll be like, hey, buddy, a bit of a plot hole here. You should have at least written in that those eagles were had something against them and could not have people ride on them or something.
No kidding.
You know, it's just so easy to win that
Tolkien,
way.
you're such a plot hole.
Jeez, Tolkien.
Wait, here it comes.
Yeah. None shall pass.
Yeah, this was really cool. When the old and busted Gandalf the Grey had to make way for the new and shiny Gandalf the White, who was so much more powerful.
I don't really understand how most of that stuff works as far as him.
About him coming back.
Speaking of whips.
Yeah, he's got a whip.
He thinks he's Indiana
That's
Jones.
a serious whip.
Yeah, Gandalf's like, not on my watch. You're not getting these guys ball wrong.
I am the wizard with the mostest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Very
but
nice.
then, he...
And right there you think, oh, it's all good.
Oh, wait.
Little do you know. No, don't show it.
Show
Don't
him. Show him.
Show it.
Here it
No.
comes.
No?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're not
Yeah,
going to
no.
show you.
Don't show it.
You thought we were.
Right there. Awesome.
Yeah.
Own all three of those. Enjoyed them all.
Yeah,
So.
they're really good.
So I'm going to go...
Are you really?
Yeah.
The original or the
The
remake?
original.
Thank you. You were just watching it the other night.
Was I? Mm-hmm. What was I watching? I'm so...
You told me
I'm
you
gonna
were.
play
And hopefully you were
the
watching the
original
original.
Oh
and
my
not-
gosh.
As soon
I'm
as
on the
this
edge
ad
of my
clears,
seat now. What was I watching?
It is an adventure movie.
I watched
I guess
so
it does
many.
have something to do with pirates.
To some extent, I
Doesn't
guess,
some
yeah.
part of it happen on the sea?
It's just, yeah, because you have, the...
The iconic
What?
Clash of the
Oh,
Titans.
yeah. Oh, yeah, so I wasn't watching the original.
Oh, you watched the remake, huh?
Yeah.
But you gotta love the original.
Oh, the
Owl.
original's so good with the owl. Yeah, and they allude to it in the
Loose
new
the
one.
Kraken.
Yeah, he pulls the owl out in the
Little
new one. He's like,
mechanical
"What's
owl."
this?" Yeah, and he's like, "Leave it there."
And that's like,
Like, aw,
such...
man.
What was that
Pegasus.
stop motion?
Yeah.
Guess animation
Yeah,
at that
it was.
time.
It was, what was the name of the...
Zeus.
There was a very famous animator, stop-motion animator, who did all the special effects for movies from like the 1950s onward.
I don't remember.
His last name
Medusa.
was Hal or
Yes,
something
so-
like this. Anyway, yeah, he did.
That
he
guy
did
gave me like bad dreams.
stop
at night.
motion for this. He did stop motion for movies like Sinbad.
The old witches.
Yeah, this was a big part of my childhood.
Oh, the Kraken!
Loose the Kraken.
He released it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What a lot of
The
fun.
Scorpion.
That's-
so
that's
the
when
one,
I really
the one cool thing about the new one though is
Did start to hate scorpions after that movie. I didn't know what they were until that movie, and I was like, oh god.
the new one with
Yeah.
Sam Worthington,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Is it's got all the exact same stuff in it. So of
Yeah,
course it
it's-
has the huge scorpions. It's got the Kraken. It's got Medusa.
Doesn't have Burgess Meredith. No,
That's
yeah,
true.
high
Yeah.
five to
That's
that
right.
because you don't have Burgess Meredith, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah, but it has the witches too. It's got all the
Yeah.
all the stuff in it. And I remember when it came out, I was kind of like,
Maybe not.
not
But here,
bad. But I watched it the other night.
remake?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched it the other night and thought, well, that was fun. It was entertaining. You know,
yeah, I mean,
It kept me from being so bored for the next
I don't.
2
Yeah,
hours.
it was
yeah,
okay.
Hold on, let's play
it was
the
okay.
the
But
2010 trailer.
in the new one, Pegasus was jet black.
Yeah, he
and
was.
I thought in the original
He's
one he was
white.
white, right?
This is white in the original.
Yeah, but which was weird because they definitely showed Pegasus as this huge horse. So in the new one, they showed a lot of them. There were a bunch of white horses with wings around,
Right.
Yeah.
but they were smaller than
And
Pegasus.
that scorpion's a little bigger than the other one. Let's
Yeah,
just
these
say
scorpions
that.
were crazy.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson. was a
Liam
god.
Neeson's like, I don't know who you are, but I will find you. And he's like, wait, that's the wrong movie. Let me
Line.
I've got a special set of.
Line.
release the. I've got a special set of skills as a god. I will release the Kraken.
Yeah. Hold on. Are they going to show the Kraken in this one? Because it's way different.
I
than
don't
the
think
Kraken
that they
in
show the
original.
Kraken in this one.
Ooh,
Look at those scorpions.
there's
though.
the scorpions.
Pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a
Oh,
good
there's
time watching this,
Medusa.
I think.
Oh yeah, she
And
was.
her bow.
Don't look.
Don't look or you'll get wrecked. You got wrecked.
Yeah, you did.
Wow,
Sorry,
man.
You got rocked.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Can you smell what
I see that.
Medusa is cooking?
Oh yeah,
Rock
he's
can.
angry. Got his sword out.
Do they show the Kraken?
I don't know if they do in this
remember if they do or
trailer.
not.
It's been so long.
Oh, we're
since
gonna
I've seen the
find out.
trailer.
Oh, there's the creepy guy.
That's the guy that had the horns in the other one. Whatever.
Lose the Kraken.
Come on,
Although
show
he
the
actually says
Kraken.
release the Kraken in this one.
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, he does.
What did he
You
say in the
have to.
first one?
I think he said loose.
Did he?
Yeah.
Huh.
the witches.
He probably had to
witches
say
were no
release the
eyes. They made
Kraken
them,
because everybody would have been like,
they
what
were
does that
super
mean?
well designed in this movie.
Yeah.
You get a whole design team behind all these characters now, whereas it used to just be an old man in a makeup room.
Yeah, so see, in this one, Pegasus was huge.
Yeah,
real
it's a
big
mighty
horse. And
horse.
I don't remember
No,
Pegasus
it
being a
was
gigantic
original.
horse.
It just had wings.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
a
just
winged
a horse
horse,
with wings. But they clearly show his size in this one. That's kind of cool. It's
There,
like,
you said it.
wow.
Release the Kraken. There it comes.
Yeah, there's the
Ooh,
Kraken.
but they don't show the whole
They
thing.
need
in
to
the
show his
trailer.
face, though. I think they do.
Man, I'll
In the
say,
movie
I'll say
itself,
this is
maybe.
There it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
way more impressive than the stop motion Kraken. That's the first.
Oh, yeah. Scream.
Hey, calm down.
This Kraken's
Buddy.
It's like,
angry.
I can't.
Ugh.
It's way more uncomfortable
He's
to
got a
put this
lot
down
of
at the bottom of the ocean.
Terrible.
Did you eat onions?
Uh,
Yeah, so there you go. Clash of the Titans. That
This
is a good
webcast
adventure
is
movie.
derailed again.
They always
Once
are.
again.
Hey, it's
It's
a
what I
tradition.
love it.
It is a did you know tradition.
Yeah, if we don't derail, we didn't do our job.
Yeah.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
I don't know.
Is it me? Is it back to me? No, Jeff. We skipped Jeff.
No, I just did.
Did you do Clash
He
of
just
the
did
Titans?
Clash of the Titans.
But you went. See, and I have a hard time because
You
some
guys
of
go
those,
ahead because I'm having a little
some of
trouble
those
remembering.
to me are not pirate movies.
Well, just adventure movies. Just
Yeah.
anybody that goes on an adventure or a quest
See,
for
when I
something.
searched for adventure movies, they showed a whole lot of superhero movies. I'm like, I guess that is a type of adventure, but that's not what we're going for.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Okay, I've got one. If I can just go with one.
Sure, we skipped you. You can
just
skip
throw
us.
one out there.
Yeah. What do you got?
Let me just.
I hate when I look at what
There
you're
it is.
typing.
There it
I
is.
hate when I look at what you're typing and I see it. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a
wow.
it's a fun adventure movie. So
Wow.
yeah.
Can I do the DeBarge song if you're gonna do it?
Sure. Why not? We're gonna.
That
there we
should
go.
tell you.
We're going with Short Circuit. We're talking about adventures, and we're gonna be loose enough.
I like Short Circuit,
It's a
sure.
super fun adventure movie of the 1980s.
Ali Sheedy.
Yeah. So the fun thing now, when after what was that Pixar movie that came out with the little robot that had the head almost exactly like Johnny Five?
Yeah.
Wally.
Wall-E. When Wall-E came out,
Wall-E.
I was like, what is this rip-off business?
Uh-huh. All that was
Hey,
one of
look at
us
these
grew up
guys.
in animated Short Circuit. That's
Pretty-
all
they
that
were,
was.
They were just
Yeah.
like, you know what,
So-
we're just make him like Wall-E,
I
only
used to
shorter.
watch
Or, I'm
Short
sorry,
Circuit.
like
I'm just gonna
Johnny
make it
Five.
animated and
Yeah.
I didn't put Ali Sheedy in there though, which.
Yeah. So
That's
I
Ali
mean, this
Sheedy
is
from
sort of like a
Breakfast Club.
sci-fi movie, while at the same time being a kids movie and an adventure movie all rolled into one. It's like somebody was really super interested in war games and
that just
and
wanted
added
to
a
make
robot
it
in there.
all together.
Yeah, because it's got artificial intelligence gaining sentience all at the same, all going into the same thing. They barely even show the Johnny Five.
Yeah, they don't show him in the
do they?
trailer.
Huh.
I don't think they did at all.
Oh.
That was part of it. They showed all the arms and that kind of stuff, but they never showed him in the trailer, which was what made it
A successful trailer.
teasing.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Because you wanted to go see the movie to see the robot then.
you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we're gonna go that far off, then I'm just gonna go straight to Star Wars. Because
Oh, I mean,
my
it's got to
favorite
be.
pirate of all time is Han Solo.
All right.
If I could be Han Solo, I would be Han Solo.
I think it counts.
Yeah.
Star
Oh, it
Wars,
definitely counts. For sure.
1977.
Yeah. I was 7. I sat in the theater.
Let's
Let's
do
just
the
say
opening scene. How
I
about that?
movie jumped. I didn't movie jump. I just stayed in the theater. I paid
Just
for
to
one
keep
time,
watching it?
and I watched it 7 times in a row.
Oh wow! 14 hours on the theater.
Where's
Yeah.
David? He lives at the theater
My
now.
mom literally dropped me off at the theater, the Ridgely Theater, on the, I guess, if you want to call it the north side of Fort Worth. And I sat in the theater for all day. I went for the first
Wow.
show,
Wow.
and she came and picked me back up.
There
She
you go.
came by and checked on me a couple times. I did talk to the theater, manager, and
Yeah.
my son is still in Star Wars. Is it okay if I go in and check on him just to see? He's 7. And the guy was like,
He's still
okay.
watching.
He walked in there.
Wow.
She was like, in between, I'd go to the bathroom and then go back out.
That's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
I love
That's
Star
pretty
Wars.
cool.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
Absolutely
skip over
And
to
love
some
what
it.
is really sad is that my wife, I love her dearly, but she has never seen it, any of it.
None of them.
None of them.
What?
And she tried.
It seems like the wrong way to approach as an adult,
I almost
just without having seen
felt
any
like
of
I
it.
was going to have to file divorce papers because she tried to start watching Star Wars by watching Episode 1 first.
Well, I mean, if you had never seen any
No,
Star
no,
Wars
no, no, no,
movies,
no,
it
no,
seems
no,
like...
no, no.
Right, I know.
I'm a
obviously,
purist,
But
so,
if you've
no.
never seen any kind of Star Wars and you did not grow up watching them, then of course you're going to start with the first episode.
No, you do not. You ask.
No.
You ask. You don't.
How
you
do
don't
I
approach it
properly
in the way
watch
that
this?
Literally every other story has been told.
Because then you're completely lost for Rogue One or
So
any of the outlying stories that happen.
I was listening to a
True.
podcast that talked about. I don't know if I mentioned this on this show before, but
I bet they weren't
they
listening
were
to our webcast.
they were talking about the Mueller testimony, and they said, afterward, it was a little bit similar to, being like a teenager or a young adult, going and seeing Episode 1 in the theater, and then you leave and you're like, yeah, that was good. And it's not until later that everybody was like, oh man, yeah. That's
I just love the fact that Star Wars has
Here come the stormtroopers.
created a whole world. Like it's
Yeah.
literally
And
a whole
Here's
nother world.
the great thing is that one of my dear friends works at Disney World, and obviously they just opened Galaxy's Edge, the
Yeah,
basically
park,
Star
yeah.
Wars
Theme
land,
park.
if you want to say that, in Orlando. It opened in Disneyland a couple months ago, but they just opened the one in Orlando, and so she sent me a video clip, and she was like, OMG, this place is amazing. She works for Disney,
Sure.
and so,
Yeah.
obviously we go every year for Children's Miracle Network conference, so I usually see her, and we'll go to one of the parks and hang out, and I said, look, if we have to stand in line, I don't care how long,
We're going.
when I come this year.
Yeah,
and she
we're
said,
going.
oh no, we may have to take a VIP tour. And I was like, okay, I'm in. I'll even pay for that this year. So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm excited about that.
All right, I've got one more
You got one more?
before we go.
Yeah, we better hurry.
Yeah, it's time.
It's 11:59.
And you can take my screen. I've already got the trailer ready.
Okay,
This is one of the greatest movies of all time.
let's go.
Greatest adventure movies. Here you go. It is called
Oh, is that Beastmaster? Dear God,
Yeah.
no.
Yes.
Beastmaster.
Yes. I loved this movie so much when I was a kid too.
Yeah, the
Man,
little ferrets,
the
Kodo and
ferrets,
Podo.
Yeah.
So a
Do I get
classic
extra points
story
for knowing that quickly?
about revenge. And who do we have here? Mark Singer, I believe, was the Beastmaster. Dar, I think was his name.
We are gonna have to do 80s fantasy.
It just totally,
So
man,
good.
that.
I know. Tanya Roberts his co-star in this. Oh yeah,
So
Look
many
at them
connections in this
control
movie,
these
too.
beasts. So good.
He-Man?
And another movie with a flying, like, curved, numerous-sided blade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I
we
know
don't
what
have
you're
enough time to
referring
talk
to.
about it. There they are, Kodo and Podo,
cool.
my
Okay.
faves. Yeah, but if you
Beastmaster, I
haven't
mean,
seen
what a-
it
what
out
a
there,
great,
go watch the
Yeah,
Beastmaster.
it's a totally great.
It's
It's
so
a great
good.
concept.
I'm
for
sure
a
you can
movie,
get it
yeah.
for free somewhere
You
on
probably
one of the
can.
streaming things.
You probably can. Go watch
no
it.
one really cares.
Watch
Maybe.
it.
Maybe.
I don't think anyone's alive to get royalties off that anymore,
Yeah,
are
it's
they?
hard.
not.
It's hard.
Maybe not.
But you know what? Turns out if you're looking to stream something that
Is old.
you might
Movie-wise?
not be able to.
Yeah.
Like something like, I don't know if any of you guys remember Northern Exposure.
Do I remember
Definitely,
Northern
you
Exposure?
cannot
You can't
stream
find
that
it.
show.
Yeah.
No. Nope. But there you go. We've
That's it.
derailed ourselves out of time again.
Yeah.
So it's Thursday. That means we're back again tomorrow.
Yeah. One more day.
11 o'clock.
Hey, why don't we talk about 80s fantasies movies tomorrow?
There you go. 80s
Sweet.
fantasy. You'll see it here. See ya.
Cool.